Hi everyone, we're looking at Paula Good's book, The Parables again, and today I'm going to read from Matthew 13, verse 44. The kingdom of heaven is like a treasure hidden in a field. When a man found it, he hid it again, and then in his joy went and sold all he had and bought that field. Jesus is speaking in parables to describe the kingdom of heaven. In this instance, he compares the kingdom of heaven to treasure found in a field. The man who finds the treasure does not simply take it. Instead, he leaves it there. He sells everything he has and he buys the field in order to get the treasure it contains. We've all heard of people hiding money or precious items around the house or even under the mattress. It was common in Jesus' day to hide money or other belongings in the ground. Banks, as we think of them in the modern world, simply did not exist. Poverty and political turmoil made everyone vulnerable to having their possessions stolen or taken by those in power. It would have been more common then compared to now for a stash of valuables to be left in the ground because the previous owner had died without letting anyone know they were there. Jesus uses this idea to describe the kingdom of heaven. By rights, such accidentally discovered treasure would belong to the owner of the land. Local laws and customs seem to suggest that as long as the treasure remained buried, it was considered part of the field. If it was removed from the earth, it was the property of whoever owned the land. In other words, the treasure could not simply be taken, because that would be theft. However, if the field's owner sold the land, that he would also be selling any buried valuables. The new owner would be legally free to dig up and take such treasure. But the parable is not really about property law, but that the kingdom of heaven is worth trading for everything a person owns in order to possess it. Is this a difficult concept to accept? In Matthew chapter 19, Jesus tells a rich young man to sell all he owns and follow him. And this comment is given specifically to this young man in order to prove that he's not really willing to follow Jesus if it means losing his wealth. For this reason, Jesus says that rich people enter the kingdom of heaven with great difficulty. Worldly wealth makes us feel secure, despite it having no eternal value. And we are wealthy in comparison to so many other people in the world. The idea of this parable is that any sacrifice is worth belonging to the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven is a treasure that some people find. Treasure has a value to the person who is looking for it. Are we seeking something valuable in life? What for us is a valued experience of God's presence? How do we seek it out, make time for it, experience it as precious? The man who found the treasure goes off happy, full of joy. Is the gospel, the kingdom of heaven, a source of joy for us, or rather a source of anxiety or sadness or an impossible set of rules? Because I don't know about you, but I want that joy that comes from a real encounter with Jesus. Because in Matthew 6:21 it says, "For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." So I hope you're enjoying this hot weather, or maybe not. And anyway, I'll keep well, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.